Wow.
When you're ready, Dani.
Okay, my name is Dani Ujimori, and this is my presentation of learning. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
You don't have to hurry up, Dani.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, hold on.
You just present.
Wait, how come it doesn't want to play? Can I go? It doesn't want to play. Hey, it doesn't want to play.
Let it load.
Well, it shouldn't load. It should already be there.
Yeah, it's going.
Oh, okay. It doesn't show on here. There's actually sound, but it's okay.
Well, there's sound.
Well, it's just music, just so it's like not dead silent when it's running.
Read the words.
You could turn your iPad sound on, and it should play on your iPad, right? Oh, I don't know if it'll play through it.
No. Can't even hear from my mouth. Nah, that's fine. I'm going to anyway. Okay, that was the end for that one. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you what the video is about. So, if you put the video in a real life situation, during the beginning I wasn't a very good leader, I guess you could say. I had to really think about what I was doing in order to make a change to the leadership. And another reason why I realized it wasn't working is because our group wasn't working as well as I hoped they would. And once I realized what I had to do, I had to kind of balance complete dependence and complete independence of working as a leader. And I had to find the perfect balance in order to fit for everyone. And once I did, I could see like the results almost immediately. It was like amazing. But then after that, it was a lot better, and we got a lot more stuff done. And so I needed pictures, so here's some pictures. And I'm going to start on the evidence already. So this was the Build the Progress Report was actually the one that represented it both, because what happens is that we had no time for arguing, and because we knew we had to get stuff done, and I became, I guess, less overbearing, and so it got a lot better, and we actually got a lot of stuff done that day, and that's when I realized what I had to do to become a better leader. And the second video, I hope it plays. Okay, so if we were to put, what happens in the video is that Dani, the main character, leads the group the wrong way, and then they run into Hinder, the big beast-looking thing, and then luckily they get away. But then she realizes later on that her mistake could have cost the group a lot, and so if we were to put this in a real-life situation, I would tell my group that this or that was actually the best way to do it. But then in the end, once we did it, there turned out to be an easier or better way, and then I realized I thought that I let my group down because I made a mistake. So I had to really think about, again, what I was doing to become a better leader. Then I realized that if I became a follower, like saw things from a different perspective, I could probably become a leader that they want me to be, because I would want to see the leader I wanted to be. And since I'm a natural born leader, it kind of made sense for me to see something from a different perspective, because it'd be a good experience for me to be the listener instead of the person who talks all the time. And then there's pictures again. And then the evidence was that technically all it talked about was that was to become a better follower in order to become a better leader, actually, and then putting myself in someone else's shoes to see it differently. And that best represented the humanities blog post from KCC too, the second one. So unfortunately, I didn't make a video for every single one. It took a while. So with my awesome storytelling skills, I will tell you guys the rest. So this is when, okay, so Daring D and her gang run out of food and they realize that they have to now find their own, make their own, cook their own, but they don't know how, so they eat it raw. And then the MPX natives, calling themselves Calbro and Kaneko, come to the rescue, and then they help them and they teach them how to cook and stuff. And then now they won't starve. And then unfortunately, the big beast called Hinder comes again and wreaks havoc on their camp, and now they have no shelter. So once again, the real heroes of the story come in and they help the MPX natives come in and help us. And now they blend the necessities in life. So that long, complicated story will now be explained in a real-life situation. So what my challenge was is that I had to overcome a negative mental attitude. So when I found out I was going to go to KCC, I was just all like, I'm going to burn the building down, and then the neighborhood after that's going to go up in flames. And then I realized that this is not just me who's going to struggle. It's a learning experience. Other people are out there who's going to have the same problems as I am, and maybe other people in my group know how to cook too. So it actually probably be not as bad as I thought, because not a lot of us probably know how to cook or use tools in that case. And once I was taught properly, I felt like I Chef America confidence, you know, and watching the TV and stuff. And then when I was taught how to use the tools too, it got a lot better, and I got less nervous about it. Then I had to remind myself that it wasn't just me who benefited from all of this, it was everyone else in the class too, and all my group members who helped too. And then in the end, all went well, and I actually made 4 dishes, 2 meals, and 2 for my grandma and grandpa, 2 for my family, and they said it was great, so I can be a lot more confident now. So the best evidence I found for this is the KCC experience, the first one, and it talks about how I like the hands-on experience with all the cooking, and especially with the tools too, and how these are major life skills, especially the cooking, that I can take on for me forever. And also the major confidence boost that I had, big confidence boost on that, before I was scared to like boil water. I thought I was going to burn the pot or something. Anyway, and so here's season 4, Think Before You Speak. And Daring D and her gang are coming to an end now, and they are required to speak to the natives and the MPI rulers of the land in order to go over the border of the MPX territory. And they have to not only talk, but talk multiple times, and also about their experience of how they survived and their overall general feel of it. And on the first talk, Daring D was a little rough around the edges, but then right there she was very confident. Very confident. Anyway, and then
Dani.
She always knew how to speak publicly, but the experience improved her natural abilities, because natural abilities only take you so far. So, to put this in a real-life situation, in life, as me being Daring D, I'm an okay public speaker. I'm obviously not very shy, but if I had a choice between to go up and speak, I'd say no. But I think if you were to see it from like the perspective of any normal person, if you threw them out into the spotlight, told them to recite this in front of 10 people or more, they'd probably get nervous. It's natural. It's normal. And when Miss Calabro really stressed public speaking, I was like, oh, this is going to be a great experience. I can enhance my skills, you know? And sure enough, it did. Each time I went up to publicly speak, especially in front of the class or in front of adults or teachers, it got a lot better each time. And it actually became less stressful and somewhat more enjoyable to talk in front of people, to like interact with the group. And I hope that it's better now too. So here are a few of the evidence. So the Odyssey class, the final, is one of the ones that we talked in front of the classes, like an infographic. And then the second one was the Heroes Project, which we had to present in front of parents, mostly adults. Okay, so season 5, the grand finale. So Daring D and her gang needs to defeat Hinder, and Shikuri tries to defeat him, but to no prevail. And then her group tells her that she has to be more patient. And Daring D is never really a patient person, ever. So she realized after 2 days of sitting down, thinking about it, that she had to combine all the skills she has learned to defeat him. And the one thing she learned, but she hadn't noticed until that moment, was that she learned how to become more patient. And when she realized that, the next time she encountered Hinder, she defeated him, knocked him dead, kind of like. And so she knew what she had to do, and they passed the MPX territory border, and they knew that they had a bright future ahead of them. Okay, so the Season 5 challenge in a real-life situation would be my biggest challenge. If you haven't noticed yet, Hinder is the hindrance or the hardest challenge that I have come to face, and that would be being impatient. And I felt that there's always a challenge behind the challenge, and that would have been becoming or overcoming impatience, which over the 14 years of my life I haven't been able to do until really recently. So I'm like, that's the best asset I've come across so far. And so here's the evidence that best represents it. So the joint or the classwork day for the project check, this is the last one they did, and it just talks about how being a leader requires a lot of patience, and that's it for that. And I want to stress again that out of 14 years of my life, I've always been impatient until I joined MPX. So I want to thank MPX and my teachers for helping me do this. Thank you.
Okay, any, Dani said there. Questions? Question.
Oh,
Dani,
Then you guys said
oh
that.
yes. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Yes, go ahead.
It's kind of hard to say what you just said, but when you're talking about your group and how sometimes it didn't go the way you planned, your group, was it the group that you didn't think was going to be planned good, or was it your work? Like, what do you mean by that?
Oh, okay. So what I mean when I say that it didn't go as smoothly as I hoped, is because being a leader, you want to help your group move forward at the best pace, and you want it to work to get done nicely, and you also want you guys to collaborate best. And I realized that the leadership, it was mostly just my leadership skills I feel that weren't working the best at the time, so I had to improve on it. Because I don't blame my group members for that. I actually blame myself, because I feel that I wasn't doing what my group members wanted me to do properly. So I felt that I needed to become the leader that my group wants. Any other questions? Yes.
So you felt like you said you felt like you were just the boss.
Yeah, I guess I could say that. I mean, in the beginning, I was like I think I was too overbearing. I'm trying to say on that. So, and also I've heard from them too. So I took their advice and decided to try to, I guess you could say, loosen the reins a little and be more open to other ideas. So I think in the end, after I gradually improved on that, it went a lot smoother, it became a lot better, and everything moved along better. So, no more questions?
How did being a follower, what was the result of that? Was it good, bad?
I wanted to see things from a different perspective. I didn't physically become a follower, though I wanted to be. But so what I did is I tried to see things from their eyes of how they saw me towards them. Mm-hmm. And I feel that once I realized that you want to treat others the way you want to be treated, kind of thing. Okay. And so if I put it in that context, then it actually improved it a lot more. I realized what I was doing wrong. I saw it from what they saw.
You know, we talked about like how you have to let go sometimes.
Yeah.
And were you able to do that?
Yes, sometimes.
And
it got better.
And did it work out okay?
I think more of the feel of
No, but did the work that was being done turn out okay?
It got better. It got better. I think the flow was a lot better than the work getting better, though. Okay. It's one thing at a time, Mr. Kaneko.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
Go home.
How long did it take for you to make the animation?
Long enough for Rome to tell me stop doing that and move on or leave.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was good.
Yes. Question.
How long did this whole thing take you?
Well, the video, I first actually had another video, but then I realized that it didn't really fit in nicely with the whole thing. The two videos combined took me one entire class period, the first one, and parts of the end of the first video at home, and the rest of the videos were at home. It took me about a complete day of not doing anything else to finish a video and a half. So it was technically, no, it was about 12 hours plus another 6 for the next day. Yeah. It was quite a bit of time, so I wanted to do it, but my
Okay.
mom told me to stop. So. Yes, Dad.
Okay, last question.
Last question.
Okay, so when you heard of the leader role, did you jump on it? Did you feel like it was you had the skills to do it, or did you had no idea what you were doing?
Well, I knew what I had to do and what was required of me doing it, and I felt that this was a good experience for me to take, take headway to it. And I also wanted it. It also, I guess you could say, helped me a lot in my leadership skills. So I knew that my type of leadership skills isn't the way a lot of members would like it to be. So I knew that this would probably help me along the way. Though in the beginning I didn't realize it, and towards the end it became a lot better because I realized it through my group members. Okay, no more questions. Oh my god, that was so long. And now I'm sweating.